recommend the big one so you have more room. You see that it's in the channel. It's hanging on pretty well. This is properly secured in, and now these bolts are added, and this is the threaded rod which pushes against this metal plate. I had it hanging around the garage, and now it's just a matter of fishing this one in a proper place over here so it goes on the smaller diameter, and you can pull out the bearing without any issues. I've cleaned, I've painted this hub as best as I could. It was already painted, but I cleaned it and added another paint. Also added ceramic grease. Tried to add it as best as possible. I added it to this channel where the safety circle goes. Also, you have this ABS sensor over here. Normally on other vehicles you'd have the ABS function covered through the reluctor ring within the bearing itself, but this is not the case. The reluctor ring is on the drive shaft, and as you can see over here, the sensor is outside. So we went from this state, ugly and dirty and rusty, to this state which is painted, cleaned, and well, now the only thing to do is press in the new bearing. Doesn't really matter on this vehicle how you press it in. I'll press it in with the writing on the exterior, but that's just me. You can press it either way, doesn't really matter. Again, after pressing in the bearing, I'll add the circlip and move on to the next part. So this is how you're supposed to press in the new bearing. It's supposed to catch on the same diameter on the outer race, and over here use a counter. This nut, 30 millimeters, and gently, don't use power tools because you can damage whatever you're trying to do. So the new bearing is in. Went in really smooth. Highly recommend it that you use this grease. It's helpful to have it over there. Now the only thing to do is put the circlips on. So this is how it looks like. This is final product. Added grease so that it won't ever rust again over there. This grease is good for 800 degrees Celsius. It's rust proof, it's waterproof. It's gonna be long gone. The car is gonna be long gone, and the grease will still remain over there. Yeah. Now I just need to put the heat shield, but it has to be painted first, and after that I'll put it in. So I've made some progress. I have painted this side of the shield. Also the back side is painted. Before painting it, I cleaned it with the paint thinner. Now the next thing which I did is clean up the bolts. I reused the old ones, and what I have to do right now is clean up the adjusters for the parking brake and try to put on the brake shoes before pressing in the flange itself, because this is the easiest way to install everything. You have very open access to installing the springs and stuff like that. New hardware in place, so new brake shoes, new springs. This big spring goes to this side, the smaller spring goes to the other side, just in between the shoes. These two springs are used to fix the brake shoes for these slits inside over here and over here. I also cleaned the adjuster. It looks like how it looks, but doesn't really matter the outside as long as the insides are clean and greased well. Also the thread and the inside chamber. Let me show you. So this is the adjuster. As you can see, the thread inside is cleaned. It's cleaned and greased. So is the inside of the tumbler, cleaned and greased. And this needs to be sat down in the shortest position for brand new shoes. You will have to adjust it afterwards, after installation. This is how the finished product looks. Now this adjuster will scrape against this spring. The idea behind it is that it's not gonna pop away when working with it. So how to assemble everything? First you take off the table these two shoes, right? So you connect them by first using this big spring over here, and then you slide them in the channels because they're gonna have some grooves. This one fits nicely, this one as well fits again nicely, so you should be able and see this over here. Okay, this will pull against, it will make a rocking motion and extend these brake shoes have some teeth which go inside the channels of the adjuster. This is how it looks like, and next step would be for me to press in the flange, put the disc on, put the drive shaft in, and basically reassemble everything. So going from this sad looking flange to this one, which is cleaned, overrust and painted. Now the paint is not needed, but hey, it looks a bit spiffy in my opinion, so why not do it? Now before installing the flange, I have greased with ceramic grease the insides, as you can see, as best as possible. Not too much, not too little, just a bit. And also the remaining stuff I added it on the other part of the flange. Now the pressing procedure is the same like the bearing. You use the press, the bearing puller press, and I'll show you once it's done how it looks like. This is the fresh inserted flange. This is how it looks like. Tighten it. This is how it looks when with grease applied. This is how it looks on the back side. So the grease was applied, I put on the brake disc. Now again, this is how it looks on the back. Everything's okay. The only thing which I need to do right now is put the drive shaft in. Let me show you the other side. So this is how everything looks. I just need to tighten the drive shaft nut. This is a destroyed one. I'm reusing it. It's not a problem to reuse them. The new ones which came are not proper dimension for the thread of the drive shaft. So yeah, I'm not gonna use those. I'm gonna keep them for something else. So this needs to be tightened in right position. So you have to use the jack to raise this arm to bring it in position. Same thing for this one. Same thing for this one. Not something really hard to do. Just need a crowbar so you can make compression. Once everything is in place, make a compression like this, so you bring in line this bolt with this bushing over here. Yeah, so nothing else to say. I'm not gonna install the wheel right now just because of the fact that I wanna have clearance to the adjuster if there's any need to do so. I'll have to check that once I finish with the other part as well. So this is Andrei. Thank you for watching. Hit like, share and subscribe buttons. See you next time.